Not good enough. Sturgeon under fire as she apologises for Scottish NHS winter delays. The First Minister and her embattled Health Secretary Shona Robison said sorry after several health boards axed planned operations to free up beds amid soaring accident and emergency demand. Sturgeon said Scotland's NHS was dealing with exceptional pressures but insisted it was coping despite difficult circumstances. Ms Robison was also forced to defend the Scottish Government flu vaccination programme amid claims it had failed to boost inoculation rates, particularly among health workers. But opposition MSPs said the apologies were not good enough and demanded real action to bolster the NHS. Last week Theresa May apologised for NHS delays and cancellations in England amid similar pressures. Flu cases have more than doubled north of the border compared to last year, with this season dominated by H3N2 subtype strain linked to more than 300 Australian deaths. Sturgeon told BBC Radio Scotland's Good Morning Scotland programme, "I would apologise unreservedly not just during the winter but at any time of the year to any patient who is not seen as quickly as we would want them to be seen in the NHS or who doesn't get the treatment that they have a right to expect. We have seen exceptional pressures this winter largely due to the increase in flu cases but also, particularly in the period immediately before Christmas, weather-related pressures, but the hard work, the incredible hard work, the incredible teamwork, of the staff of the NHS, and I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them, means that our NHS is coping in very, very difficult circumstances." Speaking on a visit to Perth Royal Infirmary's A&E department, Ms Robison added, "Any patient waiting longer than they should to be seen and treated within the NHS, I would apologise for that. But I think the public understand that we are in exceptional circumstances here, and I have had lots of messages from the public saying staff, in the face of huge pressures and challenges, have done a tremendous job." Provisional figures suggest uptake of the flu vaccine is similar to last winter. Ms Sturgeon said early information suggests rates have increased slightly among NHS staff, with less than 50% inoculated last year. Ms Robison insisted the vaccination campaign was really robust and conceded the latest A&E waiting time figures published tomorrow were expected to be challenging as hospitals battle demand. She added, "Of course our A&E performance prior to that has been the best in the UK for over 2 years, so A&E performance was very, very strong, but it has been impacted by these winter pressures and that will remain the case for the short term while they get into recovery mode." Tory health spokesman Miles Briggs said Scotland was failing to meet the target of having half of all NHS workers protected against flu, while in England almost 2/3, 63%, were vaccinated. He said, Nicola Sturgeon tried to put a gloss on the SNP's response to the winter flu crisis this morning but failed to explain why so few NHS staff in Scotland have been inoculated. Last year, only 35% of healthcare workers were vaccinated against flu, below the target and well below figures elsewhere in the UK. The impact of this is devastating. It means doctors and nurses unable to come into work and patients suffering further delays as a result. Anis Sarwar, for Scottish Labour, said Sturgeon's apology just isn't good enough for patients and NHS staff failed by the SNP government this winter. He added, "A real apology would be backed up with real action, but Nicola Sturgeon offers nothing except warm words." Scottish Lib Dem MSP Alex Cole-Hamilton said her comments are not nearly enough and called for a clear plan of action for addressing these winter woes.